Hello, Jonix. Hello, High Security. Hello, Gamer Goral. R Dubs, Drachna, Thick Nick, Aco Sean, always on time. You know how I do it, always on time. That's at the finish. I had a lot of meetings today. I had like back-to-back meetings. And yet, finally, I can sit here and have chat call me bald. My dream! Let's go to top, let's go! Hello! Oh, where's my chat? Where'd I put my fucking... There it is. Hello! Thoughts on Poopy River Parade? I don't know what you mean by that. I haven't watched the opening ceremony yet. I didn't get to watch it. Is it legal for me to watch it on Twitch? Is it on YouTube? I would love to watch the opening ceremony and just see it with chat. Opening ceremony, Olympics 2024. Can you... Oh, I think you can watch it. I think you can watch it. Oh, wait. Top moments from the opening ceremony? 1.1 million views? Let's just watch it. What the fuck about... Don't do it? There's no way they get me for this. It's a YouTube video. XQC got banned? Even Twitter videos get blocked? Are you kidding? You can't watch this YouTube video on stream of the highlights. That's crazy. That's crazy. XQC was watching the Olympics. He didn't watch a highlight video of the opening ceremony. XQC Olympics ban. Let's find out. This is 2021. And he was rebroadcasting NBC's coverage. Bro, you tell me I can't fucking watch a 2-minute highlight video of the fucking... I don't think so. I think that's crazy. Here, I found an even shorter version. It's got 1.2 million views. There's no fucking way I can't watch this. If we get banned, we get banned. Famous last words. Let's go! Paris 2024. The Associated Press. These are just photos. This isn't even coverage. This is just somebody's photos. This has 1.2 million views. Somebody just took zoomed photos. I saw someone say, world's saddest gender reveal, French. Which is pretty funny. Wow, a French angel. This is not... Well, there was a high... This is not doing it. This is obviously not watching it. This is not... I'm not getting the enjoyment. I would rather get DMCA than watch these fucking photos. I wanna see it. Snoop Dogg carried a torch. Can you stop 1 minute here? That's awesome. Team USA had aura. I did see that, dude. Can I say the events of the Olympics have made me convinced that LeBron is the GOAT. And that has almost nothing to do with real professional NBA basketball. But the Olympics have made me a LeBron. I was already a LeBron fan, but I was like, probably Michael Jordan edges it out. And now I'm like, nah, I think he's the GOAT. I'm like, you know what? Dude's 39. He's carrying the whole fucking team of all-stars in the Olympics. And now he has the most insane aura. This photo is timeless. This is... Can you believe that this is like the #1 photo of a figure with the American flag this year get owned Trump. You survive an assassination, you're getting knocked down to #2. This is crazy aura. I mean, this isn't even a high quality one. The other one where it's got like him leaning out a little bit and everyone's behind him, it's like, damn, bro. He's got insane aura. Is there a video of it? Let me at least see that. Opening ceremony Olympics, LeBron. Because every one of these clips is like fucking... These all have hundreds of thousands of views. People are desperate to watch anything. That's crazy. There was nothing in that. Oh, here's an interesting video. How Paris pulled off one of the cheapest Olympics. Europores, dude. Holy Europores. You guys are fucking cutting corners? Broke. We'll watch that. That sounds fun to watch. I would love to learn more about what's going on with the Olympics. I am sort of excited here. I got to be honest with you.
That honor, so you get to wave the flag.
I was reading a really fascinating story about how Macron and the French Olympic team have invested millions of dollars over the past 7 years they basically said, hey, we suck. It's like our medal count keeps dropping, and we are going to plan for the next 7 years to turn it the fuck around. And they have. So their goal is to be a top 5 medaling country in this year. Will they do it? I don't know. Usually there's a home court advantage. Like, you know, they might do it. You guys are Pepe laughing like it's impossible. They put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. Why would you care about that? It was just fascinating. It was an interesting article. The UK did the same. So the UK, before they hosted the Olympics, did like this whole multi-year, like, hey, upgrade our teams, invest money, we're going to do well. And it worked. It worked. Their medal count went way up for the London Olympics. And so France hired some of those people and brought them in and is like literally doing a full, like they care a lot. They really want to be a top 5 medaling nation. And we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm like interested because I know they care. I know there's money involved. That's how my brain works, dude. It's like, holy shit, someone's getting fired if they don't. There was a shortage of eggs. They said we thought athletes would eat croissants. Is that real? Athletes croissant. France. I have an article saying how the Paris Olympic Village feeds its athletes. They got more than croissants, bro. This actually looks pretty tasty. Look. This looks pretty fucking tasty. Falafel and frigola salad. I mean, it's not going to be as good as America, all right? We're going to give them one big fucking cheeseburger. This entire bowl is just filled with one big fucking cheeseburger. And that's it. That's all you get every day. Every single day. And a Twinkie. Yeah. And yeah, you can have an optional lettuce bun. The UK team were the one to complain? Wait, link me. I'm interested. I'm Olympics pilled a little bit, even though I can't watch any of it. I want to see how everyone does. If you guys don't know, Russia can't compete. There's a few Russian athletes that are competing on their own. But Russia was banned not only for geopolitically war in Ukraine at all, But they also doping. They had a massive doping scandal. So Russia's out, and they were a top medaling nation. Olympic food shortages. What is this? Team Great Britain fly in their own chef after food shortages in the Paris Olympics. Wow, they're rationing high-protein foods? France, I know budgets are tight. I know budgets are tight, but you can't be rationing Olympic athletes, bro. Give them... Maybe it's just Britain. Imagine they're only rationing Britain. Everybody else is eating like a fucking king. They're like, no, I'm sorry. We just don't have any. We don't have any eggs. We only have this stale bread and beans. You like that, right? I wouldn't put it past France. France and the UK, not the best of friends. Eggs, chicken, and carbs have been in short supply. Interesting. The French are built to survive on cigarettes and bread. This is home court advantage. Fucking facts. That is so... They get their little lunch baggie and it's one croissant and a cigarette. And a live snail. A living snail. You have to figure out... Just crawling around in there. Built different? Yeah, for sure. And wine. That's funny. What else is going on with the Olympics? Dude, give me a better video of LeBron James with the flag. Dear God. I'll just get a photo. LeBron James flag photo. Someone's got to have a fucking good one. Oh, yeah, this one's kind of fucking sick. This one's got aura, I must say. Is there a high-quality version of anything? Are we in 2024 or 1999? Does anybody have a good photo of the fucking Olympics? Ah! Dude, this is the best one I can... I mean, this is fucking goat behavior. Dude, look at the Chad! No one in France has a 2024 camera. 144p, though. Where's my tasty liquid death? Have you seen the anti-sex bet? They have those every year, bro. And people still fuck on them, so... What's the... Oh, what's this? The human spirit finds a way, you know? 2024 Paris Olympics hands out thousands of condoms and everyone loves the adorable package. I hope when you're putting on condoms, nobody say you have an adorable package. Adorable is really not what you want to hear at all. Let me try. I have to turn off fucking ad block. This website. Pause. What makes these packages so adorable? These bright and colorful condoms given to athletes have the images of the official mascots. They have little fucking, like, cheery phrases on them. Like, on the field of love, play fair. Ask for consent. Okay, I agree. Of course. But is there a person out there who was not going to ask for consent and then they saw it on their fucking condom being yelled by a mascot and goes, oh, wait. Is that changing a mind? What about, wait, there's other ones. There's a... Score a win by saying yes to consent and no to STDs. And the last one says, you don't need to be a gold medalist to wear me. That's That's gonna sting. When you get bronze after training for 12 years, and then you put on your fucking adorable condom. That's crazy. There's 20 condoms per person for each of the 10,500 athletes. That's crazy. These are crazy. Interesting. What else? What other Olympic stories? 20? Yes, 20 per athlete. There's 20 condoms per. I mean, I'm sure they're not expecting all of them to be used. But you understand. Bronze means you're top 3, Unk. I guess I wouldn't settle for it. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the difference between you and me. Is like I wouldn't settle for it. I would just simply get gold. If you ain't Jazz won in. Thank you for the 26 months. What were the first Olympic Games like, Big A? Ha ha ha. Atrioc's so old he was around at the first Olympic Games. So they weren't even that long ago. They weren't. You're acting like I'm insane. Like, yeah, they were. They weren't that long ago. Okay, and they were nice. They were simpler. There was fewer events, but we really focused on a lot of running. Did you see Zeus there? No, but he kind of shone over me. What was it like gifting fire to humanity? That's actually a funny story. I didn't mean to give that to Prometheus. I fucked up on that one. I was actually a misgift. I said, hey, I've got a gift for you. And then he saw the fire and he was like, oh my God, that's awesome. And I was like, and I had it behind my back and it was like a gift card to Panera. And I was like, okay. And then I had to hide it away because I didn't want, he was so excited about the fire. Do you know what I'm saying? He was fucking. So I'm not the asshole. I rolled with it. Got bro tortured on a rock for eternity. Yeah, it did go bad for him. I'll be honest with you. Did go bad for him, but you can't blame me for that. Big A, what do you think about the FT article about Vanguard having a too large of a stake of a market and how it can hurt investors? I was just reading that. That's so funny. I think, well, the article was really saying that Vanguard is warning that because they have such a large stake of the market, they may be legally required to, under a new administration, not own so much of the market, which would require them to sell, which would be bad for their, Vanguard holders. And they're warning ahead of time, which could be bad because those things aren't built to sell. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. We don't know what it'll. Again, it's all speculative, right? We don't know what the actual laws will be. They're just warning. What does Vanguard do? Vanguard and BlackRock et al. What's the third one? There's 3 of them. The 3 big asset managers. They're just where almost all of the fucking world's retirement savings are. You put your money in them, and then they buy pieces of every company and slowly grow your wealth. Fidelity, maybe? And between them, they own multiple trillion, 15 trillion or something each. They own massive chunks of everything. But I just want to say, they're not active managers. So people are like, oh, BlackRock owns half of every company. And they do own too much stuff. I agree. But they don't, it's just your money. It's your money, and they're holding it for you in all this stuff split up. It's in funds. It's not like they don't own those companies personally. It's all passive. So it's a little less scary than I think it's hyped up to be. But now that it's so concentrated, there is risk. There is absolutely there's risk to having so many things through so few vehicles. No risk, no reward. I guess so. Thoughts on Kamala Harris becoming on par with Trump in the polls? Can we just say it? JD Vance is turning out to be a true disaster. JD Vance is turning out to be a true fucking disaster. And my understanding is that Trump himself is extremely mad. My understanding is that he wanted to pick this guy, Doug Burgum. This guy. A nice fellow billionaire. Who's, would help Trump seem more normal. Just like more of a, old rich white guy. This guy's not on the internet. He doesn't have a ton of fucking old clips that make him look terrible. JD Vance is a weird dude. And it is funny because, unfortunately, the facts are that he did not put in his book that he fucked a couch. We don't know if he's ever fucked a couch, but he didn't do it. However, it is so hilarious that the most impactful, like someone just making that tweet has changed everything. like it's almost a little scary. But somebody just making the tweet that JD Vance fucked a couch is now, it's impossible. Like, debunking it doesn't stop the hilarity of it. And now there's so many memes, dude. And they're all going viral. It's like it's my favorite throuple, and it's JD Vance, his wife, and a couch. And the response was, it's so cool he can never be photographed with a couch for the rest of his life now. And then what else? There was fucking... Oh, I found the photo of LeBron. Dude, look at the aura. This is crazy aura, dude. Ah! That's my GOAT now. That's just my GOAT. And Bronny James is playing good? Hello, that was the one thing. They were saying Bronny James is a Neville baby who sucks. Bronny James is playing good like 4 games in a row? Wait, can anybody stop this man? Even his fucking son is playing well. Can I say, it's also fucking crazy. LeBron James, 39, been in the league his entire life, famous entire life. No scandals. Not one scandal. He got famous and rich at 18. No scandals. Happily married. China? What was China? I mean, let me tell you something. If you are mad at someone in the NBA for being soft on China to make money, that's fine. That's a fair stance to have. You'd have to fire every single athlete and employee of the NBA, including Daryl Morey. Every single one of them from the top to bottom, because the NBA is so much, China is so much of the NBA's revenue. They know where their bread's buttered, bro. There's just no way. I don't blame it. What I'm saying is I don't blame LeBron individually at all for that. Not even a little bit. I don't. His only scandal was reading too many books. He's too well read. He's too well read. FIFA so much worse. They're all bad, dude. The thing is, it's funny because I'm gonna give you an example of when they tried to stop it. Women's tennis. So there was that scandal in women's tennis where there was some Chinese female tennis player who was possibly abused. I don't want to speak out of turn. I don't remember the exact thing, but it was by someone in China, like a Chinese official or a coach. And in solidarity, the women's tennis, because she wasn't getting investigated, like they weren't investigating in China. In solidarity, they canceled all events in China. Like they did a thing. And it ended up damaging women's tennis's revenues so much over the next, I don't know if it was a year and a half. They had to crawl back. Like they were on the verge of bankruptcy. They were losing so much. So what I'm saying is like there's the individual power of an athlete, which is that much. Then there's the power of the entire fucking league, which is more. And then there's the power of nation states. They can't, if the government's not going to back them up, they can't do anything about it. And so I do not blame LeBron James for personally fucking not torpedoing the entire NBA in China. JD Vance and LeBron are the same age. Is that true? Damn, two different men. Wow, it is funny that my timeline is all LeBron James photos like this. Okay? And then at the same time, it's JD Vance photos like this. That's so funny. That's so funny. Dude, it's how did the couch thing even start? Dude, someone just made it up. That's the funny part. It's just so out there. Someone just made a fake paragraph of his book that was like about how he used to fuck a couch. He would put like a rubber glove between the couch cushions and fuck it. Some Gen Z person on fucking, I think TikTok or Twitter just made it. And it looked like a fake paragraph. And then everyone started laughing about it. And no one actually read his book. So they're like, you know, it could be real. It sounded plausible enough. That was the thing, is they wrote it and it was plausible enough. And if you haven't read Hillbilly Elegy, and I haven't fucking read it, it's like, fine. And then once someone has to deny it, and I don't think he's even spoken about it, but once the Associated Press had to put out an article saying JD Vance actually didn't say you fucked a couch, that's funny. Once you have to say it, that's hilarious. And then then it went into high gear. Then you know what I'm saying? If no one had ever spoken about it, it's different, but now it's hilarious. And so, then there was another one that this is so fucking hilarious. Dude, look, this is real. I checked. This is real. This is Google search interest. Trump assassination has now been passed by Vance Couch. This is 1 week. 1 week. It's insane. It's insane, dude. News moves so fucking fast now. And then he was just a bad pick. It's looking, and so anyway, I read more about it today. He was going to pick Doug Burgum, all right? That was his pick. Trump had it on lock. This guy was going to make him seem more normal. That was the idea. He appeals more to like crossing the divide. He was going to come out in the campaign trail and do more like unity speeches as he was leading on Biden. Instead, he sort of goes off script at the convention, does like that 2 hour super long speech where he goes off script, starts going back to his old talking points. Seems a little, a little out there. And picks Vance because his sons told him to. Apparently, his two sons freaked out. He told him he's going to pick Burgum, and they freaked out. But his two sons are dumb as shit. The fact that he listened to them is fucking crazy. They wanted Vance, and then obviously the tech billionaires that are donating wants Vance because he's known in Silicon Valley. And so those two groups forced Vance down mid, and now he's like this fucking millstone around their chances. I mean, so yeah, the polls every day they're changing, but they're close. It's going to be a close election. Based on what we're, unless, again, what's crazy is every week there is a new event that happens that changes everything. So it's we're in just such a fucking wild world. So we'll see. We don't even know who Kamala's gonna pick. Her pick could do like anything could happen, bro. Anything could happen. I'm just saying, like, right now the winds are against this fucking Trump Vance ticket, which was like riding high at the convention. What other fucking crazy ones? We cannot let JD Vance near the Oval Office. It's just all the couches. Yeah, this was it. This was the one. This is the once, this came out, it's like bam. That's and then there was another one that came out that apparently he had looked up dolphin porn or something, which again, my understanding is also fake, but now they're putting them both together. And now they're calling, like, this one was, hey, JD Vance, you like what you see? No, yeah, he's getting all sorts of the deep comparisons. Let's just check right now. Again, this is not the usual stuff that I read. They don't put this in the FT, but this is what's where the okay. Apparently he had searched Twitter for content around woman dolphin. Again, I think my understanding is he was trying to share a video. I don't know. He was trying to. Is there the dolphin tweet? Where's the original dolphin tweet? Where's the original dolphin tweet? Let's get to the bottom of this. This is the real mystery that needs to be solved. Oh, I see what it was. Okay. So he shared a video of woman gets violated by dolphin and enjoys it and said maybe the internet was a mistake. Dude, this is such a funny thing. We were talking about how there's going to, and these two words are highlighted, right? So that means he searched for it. So he like specifically found this. But what's funny is he is the first millennial candidate in a presidential ticket. And we're already just seeing endless like old tweets and stuff. It's like, this is going to be every candidate from now on. Is they're going to find any fucking... What's against the Gen Z, bro? They're all TikToks. They're all... I mean... this is what it's going to be, bro. Every fucking... He tweeted this at 4 a.m. Wait, really? What the fuck? Bro's up searching woman dolphin at 4 a.m. and tweeting it. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, they're doing a bunch of fucking dolphin/couch memes. They're just going crazy. And because it's so wild, it's very memorable. And it's very funny, to be honest. So a lot of that. While LeBron James has the greatest day of his life. Is there any... JD Vance when she wants to get on top. That's good. That's fucking good, bro. I don't really care what JD Vance did and didn't do. I just hope it was a committed relationship with furniture and not one night stand. That's very clever. It's very clever. It's extremely clever. +2. +2. +2. Is there... Yeah, anyway, that's the idea. That's what's happening. So anyway, he's just kind of not helping in any way. No respect, I tell you. My wife made me sleep on the couch, and it also said it was too tired. But what's I think, Slime had a decent take on this, but I think it's even more simple than that. It's like, what does he say? It was basically that, like, these are extra funny because JD Vance is online enough and young enough that everybody knows he's seeing them. It's like, I think when people make fun of Trump, it's like, Trump has a unique ability where everything rolls off of him. Everything. A million things have been tried and it never really seems to stick. He just powers through, blunders through. He's kind of bulletproof on like online jokes. It doesn't seem to hit. But this guy is he's so online. It's like everyone knows that he's going to ignore it. He's going to not get photographed with a couch, but he sees it. So it's very funny. His ear's not bulletproof. His ear looks fine to me. He has no Riz. Yeah, he's just Rizless. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I don't think they can replace him. They have to like do another convention, but there was talk of like doing a quick online only Republican second convention and replacing him. That was only like theory, but I'm just saying like that's how a Zoom convention, yeah. Have you seen the clips of Mango at EWC? He looks like a different person. Link me. What do you mean he looks like a different person? Have you just not watched Mango in a while? Okay, I would not get so ahead of yourself, is all I'm saying. Game Creeper. Again, electorally, everything I'm seeing is Trump is still leading. I want people to understand. I'm all about just telling you what I'm reading every day, okay? Still leading. But the momentum is not in his favor compared to where it was. So we'll see. We will see. Momentum's not in his favor. Better than Biden? Way better than Biden. Way better than everyone thought she would do, and they already knew it'd be better than Biden. Surprisingly quick turnaround towards a more even race, which is interesting. I feel like the Olympics should be free to watch. I gotta be honest with you. Now that I know how much it costs them to run it, and they only make a tiny bit back with the broadcast rights, I can see why they're so litigious about it. It would be cool if every country put some money in or something, and then it was free, but it makes sense. It makes sense why they need every dollar. Speaking of the Olympics, we should watch this. How Paris pulled off the cheapest Olympics. It's not even a long video. Let's watch it. How Paris pulled off the cheapest Olympics.
Over 10,000 competitors, over 8 million tickets sold, and about 3 billion people tuning in to watch what most of us consider the pinnacle of sports, the Olympics. And this time, it's in Paris. But the Olympics is a lot more than just this, and this, and this. It's an extremely expensive undertaking. in many cases, causing more harm than good to its host city. And I covered it before.
Cities are dropping out because they were spending tens of billions of dollars on the hosting process.
This chart shows a host city's initial budget versus what they ended up spending. They're quite different. Like this, or this, or this.
Bro, China
The London
went all
2012
out.
Olympics ended up being near.
China went so all out with Beijing Olympics. It really was like a moment. I remember it's like kind of dated, but I had family members that were like scared. I remember I was at my aunt and uncle. They were like scared because they were like they didn't understand how they had an image in their mind of where China was. And the Olympics was like showing that they were way more advanced, than they thought. They were just like spooked. Phelps went crazy. Yeah, yeah, it was great. It was a good Olympics, 2008.
This, or this, or this. The London 2012 Olympics ended up being nearly 4 times more than what they initially set out to spend. That's detrimental to a host's budget, especially problematic for cities and countries with an already weak economy and extreme inequities, like the state of Rio, that defaulted as a result of a heavy debt load in 2016.
Yikes.
Or Greece, whose debt crisis became so catastrophic, it was put on fiscal monitoring by the European Commission just a year after hosting the Games. But Paris is looking to be a bit different. The city budgeted $9.7 billion, spending about half on infrastructure and the other half on operating costs.
And ever since then, Greece has been a financially stable country that has been nothing but a boon to the EU. They've had their ducks in order and they learned their lesson. And they have been on time and under budget ever since, and I appreciate that. Good job, Greece. Good job, Greece.
And so far, it's looking good.
We expect the Paris 2024 Summer Games would be the cheapest of the 21st century because the needs were really limited, so overruns were not as high as previous games.
So how did France pull it off? And can they become the blueprint for future host cities? This is Thomas Bach, the president of the International Olympic Committee. It's a clip from 2017, when he announced Paris as the host city of the 2024 Summer Games.
We are all therefore delighted to see that your plans include a record number of existing and temporary venues.
The key here is the record number of existing and temporary venues.
Yep.
Paris's initial budget was set to $6.97 billion. When it officially won in 2017, it revised its budget to $8.1 billion. The city ended up with $9.7 billion, still well below the past 5 Olympics.
Can you believe we could run 4 Olympics for the price that Elon Musk punted on Twitter? We could run 2 Olympics for the price difference between what it was actually worth and what he paid. It makes you think, bro. Makes you fucking think.
Olympic budgets are split into 2 parts: operating costs and infrastructure costs. Operating costs are typically the more manageable of the two. It's essentially the necessary cost to get the games up and running, like security, transportation, medical services, customs, immigration, and more. Paris was already strong in many of those areas. The IOC set an operating budget of $4.8 billion as a result. Infrastructure costs have always been a bit of a thorn in the side of host cities in the past. Prior cities have overspent by billions of dollars on construction of new venues, Olympic villages, and building new or expanding existing public infrastructure for the games. To get all of that construction done before the opening ceremony starts, it becomes an expensive race against time. In Paris's case, construction costs were manageable at $4.9 billion. 95% of the venues were already in place, only 3 were built.
There is the Olympics Village, that is the largest project for the game. And you have a new swimming pool in Saint-Denis. I think it's a bit less than 200 million.
Is this guy French, do you think? I can't tell. I can't tell. I can't place his accent or his thin little mustache, so I can't. Okay.
And then you have a new sport facility within the city limit of Paris. The Olympics Village will be turned into housing and student accommodation. They expect to have 2,800 units after the games, so that will be a huge boost for the local areas.
You may be wondering who pays for all of this. It's generally split into private and public funding. It's when the weight of public funding becomes too heavy that a host fails, like in Rio and Athens cases. For Paris and France's case, it hasn't been so, at least for now. That's because 96% of the total operating budget is funded by things like ticket sales
Holy
and TV
shit!
and marketing deals.
Wait, that's incredible. That's way different than the other ones they showed. They covered it with, wow, that's crazy. Good job. Well run. If that's true, that's crazy.
Won its bid in 2017, amid a time of immense turmoil for the IOC. Up until then, every Olympics since the 1960s had run over.
We're doing Olympic ad review on Monday, by the way, alongside of wins and fails. Should be wins and fails plus Olympic ad review. There's a lot of good Olympic ads this year. The team compiled them, so we're gonna watch them. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Honkai Star Rail. Is there a Honkai Star Rail Olympic ad? What is this? Olympic Games over budget. Rio was 352% over budget.
Over its budget by an average of 172%. Rio is perhaps the most eye-popping example, at 352% over budget. A problematic subway line that was supposed to connect fans to the Olympic venues cost the city about $3 billion. It was overbilled by 25%. The renovation project of a neighborhood cost $4.2 billion, and neither were on time. Brazil hosted the games as it went into its deepest recession in nearly a century.
The same reason why it didn't make sense to build them before the Olympics is the reason why after the Olympics they're underutilized or unused. And what are they doing? They're, well, first of all, they cost hundreds of millions of dollars to build. Secondly, they cost tens of millions of dollars to maintain over time. These so-called white elephants are an ongoing problem for host cities.
As we saw earlier, a big part of the pair's bid was its
The record number of existing and
That's what's happening with some of the gigantic public works projects in China. You know, not even talking about the building. I'm just talking about like the extra train stops, the extra airports, the ones that don't get enough utilization. It's not really that the upfront cost. I mean, there's debt associated with that, but it's that there's all these maintenance costs that have to be maintained by the local government, and they aren't used enough to justify it. Again, it really is never a bad idea to take tax money and spend it on public works that get used. If you build a subway that gets used, or a highway that gets used, or a train that gets used, or an airport that gets used, or anything, any of that gets used, it's like always a good idea. And we don't do it nearly enough in America. It's a big problem. We could have had high-speed rail in highly used areas. It's shit. But the opposite is if you overbuild it, the maintenance is actually a really big issue. So just interesting.
temporary venues.
While Paris hasn't avoided the usual overspending, it's a fraction of what other cities deviated from their original budget.
The message of the government has always been this will be cheap games, the cheapest in recent history, and they will not burden our public deficit or our debt and will benefit everyone. If you compare the size of the budget to French GDP, it's only 0.3%, so that's rather limited, and it's much lower than, let's say, Athens in 2004 that represented a larger share of Greek GDP.
Paris is also uniquely positioned to host a big event, with its 100 million annual visitors accounting for 7 to 8% of its GDP.
Paris has an extensive metro network, but also many train lines, and I think this was a really positive for the games, meaning that most people, tourists, will use the transportation infra to go to the different venues.
With mounting criticism, the IOC adjusted its bidding process. In December 2014, the IOC released the Olympic Agenda 2020. The goal? To make hosting easier on cities.
What Agenda 2020 did at the time was to restate a policy or policies that the IOC started in the 1990s. And the intention was to...
Average person who remembers the 1990s. That's how I feel. Dear God, dude. Where's the time go? Where does the fucking youngest millennial?
Promote financial security for the host city.
This guy's 30. This guy just turned 30 on Twitch. That's what that's the second you put a camera on yourself on Twitch is what you look like when you're 30, bro.
And also to promote sustainability. Promoted a little bit of greater flexibility on the part of the IOC in terms of allowing host cities to use existing venues rather than to build new venues. And that was, at least on the margin, a good thing for the host cities.
Under the Olympic Agenda 2020 and its...
He looks like if you stretch Bernie Sanders vertically. Honestly, that's a +2. I can see it. Yeah, like in Photoshop, if you just... I can see it. I can see it, and that's pretty good. Honestly, very nice. I wasn't sure until I went back.
A good thing for the host cities.
Under the Olympic Agenda 2020 and its 2016 amendment...
Try it? I don't know if we need to try it. Bernie Sanders. Okay. Photoshop. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. Uh-huh. Okay. What? Wait. I'm showing you. I got it. Does this look the same? Riddle me that. Just hold up. I'm creating it all for you so you don't have anything to worry about. Let's find out right now. Okay. I see it. I can see it. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it on that one. It's vertical Bernie. It's Vernie. Yeah, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
And that was, at least on the margin, a good thing for the host cities.
Under the Olympic Agenda 2020 and its 2016 amendment, the new norm, if a city needs new venues, new construction must have long-term legacy post-Olympics.
The overall economic and environmental impact was not changed very much. And as a result of that, they continue to have more and more.
I wonder what LA is going to do. Is LA building anything for 2028 Olympics? No new venues are being built. Let's go. Keep it cheap. Keep it cheap, LA. No construction. Oh, interesting video. Is LA ready to host the Olympics? Let's see. We'll watch that afterwards.
More problems, and in fact worsening problems, with getting potential host cities to actually express an interest in hosting. We finally got to the point in 2017 where 5 cities dropped out of the competition to host the 2024 games, the ones that are about to happen. Only Paris and Los Angeles.
Dude, it would be so fucking funny if we get Kendrick for the LA opening ceremony and he calls Drake a pedophile again 4 years later, still hating, in front of the Canadian national team. Just keep the fucking grudge going as far and as long as he can.
Remained in the competition.
In 2017, it was the first time in IOC history that 2 hosts were chosen for back-to-back Olympics. By locking in 2 cities at once, the IOC wouldn't have to worry about facing another mad dash to land a host after cities dropped their bids.
when you have a fully developed city like Paris or Los Angeles hosting the games, and they already have the vast majority of the venues, this is obviously a smaller problem. And that's good news. That's good news.
In 2019, the selection process changed altogether. This time, by closing off the bidding process. While Paris is considered to be one of the cheapest modern Olympics, it all hinges on what kind of economic windfall the Games will see. While the IOC estimates that the Games will generate $7.3 to $12.1 billion, other estimates are much more modest. One study estimates GDP growth of 0.5% in the third quarter before falling back to 0.1% for the following 3 months. S&P Global projects Paris tourism and spending related to Olympic activity will grow tax income by 5%. Paris projects its 2024 revenue to hit over $200 million, about an 85% jump from 2023. But being a major tourism hub and holding the world's biggest sporting event may have some adverse side effects, like increased pressure on Paris's already busy metro lines, tourism not being high as expected, or security costs becoming increasingly more expensive as the games progress.
The main pain point would be the transportation network, because many people would go at the same place at the same time for the different competition, and this could add a pressure to the network that is already saturated.
Clint Stevens is playing Bloons TD6 offline, folks. Just daily Clint watch alert. Clint Stevens is playing Bloons TD6 offline. He's alive, he's well, and he's based.
The transportation authorities said they will add extra capacity on metro lines and train lines, but maybe this won't be sufficient to absorb higher ridership. So we could see network disruptions from time to time. I think this is expected.
Air France estimates a loss of about $200 million from June to August as traffic to and from Paris lags behind other major European cities due to the Olympics, and some tourists are avoiding the city altogether. But economists like Zimbalist believes the biggest risk to Paris's cheap budget is security.
They say that the security costs in the budget are approximately $340 million. I don't think that number is realistic. They have already admitted to having more than 50,000 security personnel who will be working the games. But beyond direct personnel costs, we know that there are a lot of other costs. You're engaging heavy military equipment for the games. You're buying equipment to contest any drones that are being used by terrorists or other people. You're doing all sorts of things that go way beyond the security costs. And previous Olympic Games have been known to spend over $1 billion, up to $2 billion in security.
$2 billion
so they're giving
on
us a
security?
number of $350 million. And it's just not a realistic statement of what the security costs are.
The Olympics have their host cities locked up until 2034. So far, each city's plan will get an insight into whether or not the new guidelines are sustainable. Paris and LA will follow similar blueprints with little to no building needed. Brisbane in 2032 will test how flexible the IOC's new recommendations truly are. Brisbane will have 11 new venues, with about half being permanent.
Australia, what are you doing? You learn nothing? Australia, do you watch YouTube? We just found out. Brisbane, we just found out that building that many venues is going to bankrupt your fucking local economy. You're going to go over budget. What are you doing? They have too much lag. I haven't watched the videos yet. I haven't watched it. Now we built diff, I believe. Brisbane, huh? What is someone... Does anyone in chat know what a Brisbane accent sounds like? I'm going to be in the ACLU Discord and I'll pull you up if you can do it. I need to pull one person up to do the Brisbane accent. Here, we got our first person. Invite to speak. How do I do this? How do I invite someone to speak? God. Oh, here it is. Okay. Who here can do a Brisbane? Here. Love it. Love it. I invited you up. I live in Brisbane? Okay. Invite to speak. Josh. Josh, come on up. Hey, Josh.
What's up, Big A?
Is that what a
No,
Brisbaner
no,
said?
no. See, I live in Brisbane, but I have an American accent, so
You can code switch. Holy shit, that was incredible. Wait, why do you have an American accent? You just watch YouTube and Twitch all the time, or what?
now I was born in America.
Oh, okay. What brought you to Brisbane?
My dad's Australian. We moved here about 10 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You like it? What is your review of Brisbane?
It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah.
It comes through. You're like alternating. It's sneaking out. Okay, what give me some phrases that people would say in Brisbane. I want to understand in case I ever have to go there. I want to fit in instantly.
I mean, she'll be right, you know?
She'll be all right. She'll be all
She'll
right.
the typical Australian ones.
Okay, that's good. What is is there how big is Brisbane? I can't even picture this city.
It's not that big. It's like
You think you can handle the Olympics, the Summer Olympics?
I reckon we can do it.
I reckon. No worries. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
All right. Well, that's good. I just wanted to know. Will you still be living there in 2032? Is that?
Should be.
Since
Hopefully.
the Olympic
Okay.
Probably the plan.
So maybe I'll come out. We'll watch swimming. Okay, we'll watch Olympic swimming.
Do love swimming. Swimming is great.
You can show me around the town. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
All right, that's all I needed to know. Now I learned a little bit more about fucking Brisbane. Can I look up the actual town? The only thing I don't think he told me. Pros, cons, Brisbane. What are the pros and cons in Brisbane? Ask an Australian. Here it is. Okay. Good pace of life, good public transport, lots of parks, lots of activities, lots of space. People are chilled. Wait, what if it's fucking amazing? It's got heat and humidity. Okay, it's not a good place for being 20-something and ambitious, but it's a good place for chilling out and starting a family. Very humid. Kind of expensive. Interesting. Giant spiders. I think you guys are just doing all the Australian shit. I don't think they actually have giant spiders, right? It's not like it's like you walk down the street and fucking kangaroos start punching you. It's just, yeah. Is it like Australian Florida? Or maybe it's like Australian Austin. Australian Austin, Texas. Interesting. Don't try to trip me with drop bears, but you think I'm fucking... Obviously, they're real, and you guys pretend like they're not real as a joke. I am very afraid of drop bears, okay? Don't try to trick me that they're like, oh, drop bears joke, they're not real. I know they're fucking real. You can't fool me. I'll bring my fucking bear repellent. Olympics is juicing the housing market. I promise you it is not the Olympics that is juicing the fucking housing market in Brisbane.
Hello, Big A. Glizzy hands and whatnot. Also, people say to close the stage.
Okay. Thanks, Oliver.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Need for the glizzy hands and whatnot. How do I close this again? Fuck.
I don't know, bro.
Oh, I got it. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Glizzy hands and whatnot and all that. You don't. It's not like a requirement. It's not like when you're like addressing a lord or something, and you have to say all the titles. You don't have to. It just you can say, "Hey, Big A." Look up whistling spiders. They're huge. Do you think I don't believe there's big spiders in Australia? I'm saying, is Brisbane a city with a population of multiple millions somehow a fucking spider haven? I don't think so. That's my estimate. That people aren't living in fucking 10 spiders per person. Brisbane spiders. Let's find out right now. 4 years ago. Okay, here's a great answer. Are there dangerous spiders around? Yeah, probably. Are you going to have to deal with them in any way? 99% chance that'll be a no. Okay? There. That was my estimation. You guys are acting like every fucking Brisbaner is fucking fighting a spider to get to work. That 1%, 1% Monka W. That's funny. Classic trying to lure people into false insecurity. You think I'm part of the fucking Australian deep state trying to get you eaten by spiders? You figured it out. You got to the bottom of it. You got to the fucking bottom of it. We finished that video. There was a video about can LA host the Olympics? That was only 5 minutes that we could also watch. Oh, we didn't finish it. Wait, there's a little bit left.
Agenda 2020 and the new norm plans were enacted, the bidding process might be more challenging for potential host cities trying to win the 2036 games and beyond. Previous hosts used the Olympics to put their emerging cities on the world stage, showcasing large-scale infrastructure projects in the hopes of attracting tourism and commercial business. With decades of overspending from both emerging...
I can't believe... I don't know if Ludwig's still here. I can't believe, Ludwig, you went to fucking France the week before... You went to Paris, France, and you skipped the opening ceremony and flew home. That's fucking crazy. You are in Paris, France, and you leave the day of the opening ceremony. That's fucking... That's like a lifetime event. I think that's so wild. That's so wild. Bro heard it didn't have esports. What's gonna? Can I see opening ceremony? Opening ceremony was mid as hell. I heard it was pretty good. I haven't seen it. I don't think people are mad about it. I saw the 10-second clip where they had they did like a Paris like a French Revolution type thing. They had like the revolution and the cut off head aristocrats into the metal. That looked good. I think, well, I certainly don't think it's a disaster or anything. I think it's well liked. Run it back. I just can't fucking
take it all in.
Gonna check security measure.
LeBron James for the...
Dude, there actually is no clips of it. You actually just can't watch it. Oh, wait. Here we go.
All the different...
Dude, that's kind of fire. I won't watch the whole thing, but, you know. I think that's cool. The fact they did this all in budget, it's good. I'm glad they're doing a good job. I'm excited for this year's Olympics. I'm excited to see. I'm so excited for the basketball, bro, to be honest. I'm so excited for the basketball. And LeBron James can code switch because of love. He can be French if he wants to. He can be American if he wants to. Do you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be. He'll fit right in, bro. Who's Where is this? There's a brand new JxmyHighroller video. They said they were the greatest team of all time. The greatest team of all time.
Check this out. You see that score? USA versus Germany. Germany is up 82-81 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right before D-Day, 1994. I mean, sorry, 1944. Then you know what happens, bro. You know what happens in the fourth. You know how we do Germany in the fourth. We turn that shit around.
The game should have never been this close, but it is. In fact, it's been a close contest since the opening tip. Both teams going bucket for bucket, neither of them really able to pull away. Someone is going to have to step up and take control of this game if they want to win. And of all the players on this court, of all the talent, the greatest shooter of all time, a former MVP, the future of USA basketball, it is none other than all-reliable 39-year-old LeBron James who completely takes over this game. Nowhere near some of the colossal blowouts we have seen Team USA put down in the past. Which begs the question, is this actually the greatest team of all time? Greater than the 1992 Dream Team? A group of players that won games by a record-shattering margin and took basketball to a global scale. Are they greater than the Redeem Team? Or even the US Olympic team in 2012 led by Kobe and a prime LeBron and Durant? Well, it all depends on how you want to define greatness. Are we talking about a team with the best collection of talent? Or is greatness defined by how good they are as a collective?
It's defined by you putting up a chart of their stats and showing outliers, Jimmy. Do what we expect. Get to it.
Collective unit. And since the 2024 US Men's Olympic team has yet to play a
outliers
single non-exhibition game together, I assume we are referring to option number one. In terms of major career accomplishments, such as MVPs, championships, All-NBA teams, the key milestones that we use to measure how great individual players are. Here is how the 2024 US Men's Olympic roster stacks up against some of the greatest teams of the past. Now, it's important to note that I only took into consideration the accolades these players earned leading up to the time of the Olympics. So, for example, although Michael Jordan won 6 titles and 5 MVPs by the end of his career, I only included the 2 titles and 3 MVPs he won heading into the 92 Olympics. This is only fair since players on the 2024 roster have yet to finish their careers and still have time to pile up more accolades. So this is a snapshot of how accomplished these teams were at the time of their formation. And when ranked against the most accomplished teams, you could make an argument that this 2024 team is the greatest of all time, just slightly edging out the US men's team in 1992 and in 96. Oddly enough, the 96 US Men's Olympic team was more accomplished at the time of their formation than the 92 Dream Team was. But overall, this year's team is arguably the greatest team in terms of their basketball resumes. But that might be due to the fact that this year's US Olympic team is old. By the 92 Olympics, Larry Bird, overall, this year's team is arguably the greatest team in terms of their basketball resumes. But that might be due to the fact that this year's US Olympic team is old. By the 92 Olympics, Larry Bird had already played his last NBA season. His back was completely toast, and he was the oldest player on the team by a considerable margin. He was 35, which means right now, Stephen Curry is older than Bird was during the 92 Olympics. In fact, Devin Booker has already been—
Wait, I'm fucking up this thing because there's no good spot to put your fucking cam. Old, huh?
In the league longer than most of the players on that 1992 Dream Team. So although this 2024 team has the advantage of experience and longevity, the team in 92 got many of their players during the peak of their careers. So what if instead of accolades and accomplishments, we looked at how good these players were individually at the time of the team's formation? Here is a chart of the 2024 US Men's Olympic—
Okay, just pick a spot for the charts, please.
basketball roster and their production and efficiency from this past season, with box plus minus on the y-axis and win shares per 48 on the x-axis. Now, a few things jump out here. Tyrese Halliburton has been considered one of the weaker links on this roster, but he was actually one of the better players on this team throughout the regular season. LeBron James is really old and still really good, and Joel Embiid's spot is a quick reminder that if it weren't for a season-ending injury this past year, the man might be a back-to-back MVP right now. And now for some context, here is the 2012 US Olympic team and their advanced numbers in the season leading up to the Olympics. LeBron was the best player on this team, followed by Chris Paul and Kevin Durant. They also had a veteran Kobe Bryant and Olympic Melo. And statistically, you can make an argument that the individual players on this team were better than the players on the 2024 team. The 2008 Redeem team was relatively young and inexperienced in the international realm, with LeBron James leading the way coming off of his 5th season in the league.
Fucking insane how good LeBron was in like the early 2010s. Insane. Still is. No, still is, but like...
A young Chris Paul entering his prime and MVP Kobe Bryant. But overall, this team probably wasn't as good as the US roster this year. 1996, however, is one of the more underrated teams ever assembled, with a ton of 90s greats like Pippen, Gary Payton, Reggie Miller, and of course, the greatest frontcourt lineup the world has ever seen. Featuring David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Karl Malone. This team was experienced.
Every time I have to mention that Charles Barkley patted me on the head as a child and gave me basketball skill. In case you were wondering, when I was a kid, I met Charles Barkley out of McDonald's. He patted me on the head, and I was blessed.
They were all still in their prime, and as a whole, they were better than this year's team. Which leads us to the 1992 Dream Team, who are still on a completely different level from any other team before and since their inception. Because here's Michael Jordan, here's David Robinson, Magic Johnson, Drexler, Stockton, Barkley, and the rest of the team. And now we have a better picture of just how good this 92 Dream Team was. The 1992 US Men's Olympic team was so good that Anthony Edwards in 2024 was statistically worse than every single player on the 92 Dream Team outside of Christian Laettner, who hadn't even played a single minute in the NBA up to that point. Now, you may be thinking that these stats of the players in 1992 might just be inflated or possibly a miscalculation. How is there so many all-time great players at their peak in the NBA in 92? And where are all of these players today? Well, they're playing for other countries. Because here's Nikola Jokic, here's Luka Doncic, here's Giannis, and here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So in terms of individual dominance, the 92 Dream Team would be like having this 2024 roster without some of their relatively weaker links and the addition of Luka, Jokic, Giannis, and SGA. That is how good the Dream Team was. And I don't know if we will ever see one single team as good as this 1992 US Men's Olympic team was ever again. In 1992, basketball was a sport dominated almost exclusively by American players. The NBA, and by default the entire world, revolved around players from the US. There was, of course, exceptions to this. Among the elite foreign players of the early 90s were Nigerian-born Hakeem Olajuwon, who ended up playing for Team USA, Patrick Ewing from Jamaica, who also ended up playing for Team USA, Detlef Schrempf from Germany, and Croatian legend Dražan Petrovic. But that was about it. The NBA had yet to really pursue basketball on a global scale. The two international teams that were eventually added to the league wouldn't make their debut until 1995. 95% of all NBA prospects were American-born or attending US universities. But as Steve Kerr said after Team USA's loss in last year's FIBA World Cup, this isn't 1992 anymore. Over the last 32 years, the number of foreign-born NBA players has skyrocketed. From 21 foreign-born players, just 5% of all active players in the league in 1992, to 125 foreign-born players throughout the league in 2024, representing nearly a quarter of all active players. Today, when players join international competition, more often than not, they're just...
The immigrants are taking our jobs. Yeah, I never knew what that meant until now I'm realizing that there's going to be a foreign-born player taking my spot in the NBA. Now I get it. Connor Raid, perfect timing. I'm talking about how the immigrants are taking my job in the NBA. That's what I'm talking about, Connor. Well, good time to join. These are my politics. And now the immigrants from the nation of Connor Eats Pants are taking my chatters' jobs. They're better at chatting. They're coming in here with their fancier emotes and they're pushing my chatters out. They're making dancing frogs. Oh my God, dude. Build the wall. Build the wall and make Connor pay for it. Thanks, Connor. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it, brother. Haven't seen you in a bit. Let me know. You're still... Oh, I forget it. Connor moves a lot. Are you still LA based? Did you guys know, chatters, you know if Connor's still LA based? We went to some... You're here? Connor, you want to hang out? You want to do a little walk? You want to... I like that comedy show we went to, but I haven't... All right, I'll hit you up. I've been kicking it. He's about to move again? Bro, you move. You're a mover. You're a mover and shaker.
Playing
Let's
their
find out
NBA
about how... We're watching a JxmyHighroller video. If you guys know what this is, JxmyHighroller makes videos about basketball where he constantly has a graph that shows Michael Jordan or LeBron James being a huge outlier. And then he zooms out and he goes, and then there's Michael Jordan. And then there was LeBron James. And every time it's kind of based, so we watch it.
teammates in these.
He's talking about how in the Olympics, we'll never get a team as good as 1992 again because the number of non-American great players has risen so much. They're taking our jobs in the NBA.
Tournaments. It's a bunch of NBA guys versus a bunch of NBA guys. The 92 Dream Team was and still is the greatest team ever assembled because...
I'm sorry, are you guys that brain rotted where I said it's risen and then you thought it was Riz, like the slang for charisma? Risen, like the number is... That's fucking brain rotted, dude. That's brain rotted. Like if I said, hey, there's a cool new restaurant, you got to go there. You got to go there? What? Bro's talking about yachts? No, I'm not. No, I'm fucking not, dude. Holy.
They were a collection of the best basketball players, not just in the US, but in the entire world at the time. Outside of Hakeem, who was arguably not as good as Ewing or Robinson in 1992, and Isaiah Thomas, who was unjustly snubbed from this team, they couldn't have gotten any better. Now, in the case of this 2024 team, they're great, but they aren't nearly the best possible iteration of what the greatest collection of talent in the entire world would look like today. So not only was the Dream Team the greatest collection of talent in the history of basketball, nearly all of the players on the Dream Team were at the peak of their powers, but they were also eviscerating teams. More legendary than this 92 roster and the dominance of their individual players, the Dream Team was crushing their opponents. In Game 1 of group play, the Dream Team scored 100 and...
Can the rest of the world just give us this? You know what I'm saying? We're having a tough time in America. There's all this political turmoil. Can you guys just fucking let us run it up 100 points to 12? It literally improves our national mood. Everyone's happier. Everyone walks around. We talk about it. It's such a fucking rush. We want it. We need it, dude. I swear to God, you guys can have something else. Come on, Solitude Andy. I just give up.
And 16 points while holding their opponent.
I actually think we should do that. I think the Olympics should just be win trading. Every country gets a sport that they get to call their national identity, and then we just win trade so that they get to have it, and everyone gets to feel good. Everyone in that country gets to feel good. And then we all feel better. The world is happier. Everybody feels like they've got their thing. National relations go up. Who gets Quidditch? Oh my God. I can't wait for the British get it. The British get Quidditch. But they don't get a gold medal, they get a golden snitch. Okay?
to just 48. In the semifinals, the Dream Team beat a really good Lithuania team by 51 points. If you want to know just how outmatched these countries were, look no further than the guy who just threw in the towel and just started snapping pictures of the Dream Team while the game was still going on. And in the gold medal game against a loaded Croatia team featuring 6 NBA players, the Dream Team won by 33 points.
Yikes.
Look at this play right here. Gold medal game, the pride of an entire country on the line. Barkley hits Leitner for a 3 and calls it good before he even puts up the shot. These games were never close. In fact, this team wasn't even fair. During the 92 Olympics, the Dream Team had an average margin of victory of nearly 44 points. The largest margin of victory of any men's team at any professional level, and twice the margin Team USA put up in the 2016 and 2020 Olympics. Their average margin of victory this summer has been just 10 points. Granted, they are still making tweaks to their lineups and experimenting with different game plans, so...
But we don't even have KD yet. Let's everybody calm down. It's a good team this year. It's an incredible team. I think we're going to win. Everyone's freaking out because we didn't dominate South Sudan. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
This number will likely change over the course of the Olympics. But through 5 exhibition games, they aren't winning in nearly the same blowout fashion we saw in the past. And this level of dominance that we saw from the Dream Team, the USA men's team in '96, 2008, and even 2012, will more than likely never happen again. In 1992, excluding the US team, the 11 teams that played in the Olympic basketball tournament featured 18 players that were active in the NBA or were in the NBA at one point in their career. In this year's Summer Olympics, the 11 countries outside of the US that are playing in the tournament feature 68 active or former NBA players. Now, this is an oversimplified way of looking at the caliber of these teams, because as we've seen before, having the most NBA talent on your roster does not guarantee success. But it does show just how much the world has caught up with the US in basketball. The once massive chasm that separated USA basketball from the rest of the world has been shrinking for over the last decade or so, and is now at a point where many countries can truly contend for a gold medal. As it stands, this 2024 US men's roster may be the greatest team ever assembled in terms of their accomplishments and their legacies and resumes. But when it comes to the sheer dominance they have on the court together and how good each individual player was at the time of the team's formation, the Dream Team is still the best team in the history of basketball. And with the leaps and bounds foreign players continue to make, I don't think we will ever see one single team reach this level of dominance ever again. A team that still remains the gold standard.
Dude, I can't wait till they invent DNA cloning and they can bring back prime Michael Jordan and make him play games for our amusement. And we can all watch like the Dream Team fight prime LeBron, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be really fun in 2044. And then they'll have fucking Michael Jackson performing at the halftime show, and yeah, we'll just make celebrities. They'll just bring them back. It'll be like The Prestige, where they're going to bring him back just for the performance and then... But it'll be humane. It'll be humane. And we'll just watch the same people from history. Yeah, it'll be great. All nostalgia, nothing new ever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll just be like this cool millennial paradise where we just watch things that we remember over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be badass. No one's watching basketball. I'm watching JFK kill Lincoln. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? JFK is somehow going to... If you brought back JFK, he's somehow going to kill Lincoln? Why would they kill each other? If you brought back JFK and Lincoln, they'd probably respect each other and talk about being president. And why would JFK kill Lincoln? Presidential gladiator battles? It's like a Coliseum where you bring back JFK and Lincoln and make them fight to the death for our amusement? I'm saying it incredulously, but I mean, obviously, you're not going to not watch. It's not good. It's not good content. I would definitely speak out against it, but you're not going to not watch. You're not going to... Do you think JFK would beat Lincoln, by the way? That's also the craziest part. Lincoln would wax that ass. Lincoln was a wrestler, bro. JFK is a pretty boy. Lincoln folds him. Breaks him over his fucking knee, dude. That's the wildest thing you said. I'm not banning you for advocating blood sport and making presidents kill each other. I'm going to ban you because you were so wrong about who would win. All right. Sorry. Goodbye. Taft low-key a sleeper pick here. How is Taft low-key a sleeper pick? You think just pure weight class or what? It just falls on him? Just goes big boy mode? Who would be in a presidential blood sport? Who's the GOAT? Probably Teddy Roosevelt or something. Who's like the... Maybe it is Lincoln. Straight up, maybe it is Lincoln. He's Eisenhower? Eisenhower? I'm sorry. You think this guy's winning the fucking presidential battle royale free for all? You think Eisenhower's... I mean, if it's a fashion show, he'll slay. Don't get me wrong, he'll absolutely slay. But he's not winning the fist fight. Obama with his drones. It's not a fighting game. They don't have an ultimate move. Obama doesn't get to fucking fill up his meter and then cast a bunch of drone strikes on it. That would be a good video game though, huh? That'd be a fucking fire video game. Presidential Battle Royale or whatever. You play as a different president. They all have their own ults and special abilities. That'd be fire. A huge roster. Truman. Truman with the nukes, bro. Um, 46 characters is a lot to balance. Shut the fuck up, Pasta Mystic. Shut the fuck up. Actually, I think it'd be tough to be balanced on this game. Like, fun idea, everybody. I get it. It'd be fun, but actually the balance would be pretty bad. I don't think it would be good for a tournament. I feel like Jimmy Carter players would be really underrepresented at the top levels. The roster needs more diversity. It will be a lot of white guys fighting. Hey, Maisie. It would also be funny if it's, fucking 44 presidents, 45 presidents, and Minecraft Steve, DLC character. Xi Jinping DLC. Xi Jinping bonus unlock. This would be fun. This is all a really good idea. And I don't think there's anything illegal about taking someone's likeness, including a famous president, and making them fight to the death in a digital video game. I think that's legal and cool and chill. So easy money. Easy fucking money. They did it with rappers. Do you think that the rappers didn't agree? You think they just took the rapper's likeness? Or do you think perhaps the reason those games no longer exist is because rappers no longer sign the deals? They didn't know the value of video games back then, so they signed it easily, and then you had every big rapper, and now they realize that they can charge way more, and now no one can afford to make the game. Possibly. Drake would not agree. Oh my God. Can you imagine if there was a Def Jam 24 and it had Kendrick and Drake in it? There would be an endless amount of fucking clips and combos. And does Civ have to play countries for the rights to use their leaders? I think historical figures are good. I think you can use I don't know when the statue would end, but obviously you could use like Lincoln, right? Easily. But you can't use like you couldn't use Trump. It's got to be dead presidents of a certain period of time. I don't know. I don't know the. It's not even just dead though. I don't think you could use someone who died relatively recently. I think you have to. Can I use the likeness of a president in my media? Let's see. Let's find out. We'll find out right now. We'll learn. It's always fun to learn. Okay. Okay. After their death, you still can't do it as long as their widow is alive. Once their widow is dead, also in some states, if they're Californian, for example, you can pass it down via the deceased person's estate. So it may be forever. But in general, it's once they're dead. Once they're dead, once their widow is dead, I'm sorry. Once their widow is dead. So interesting. Interesting. Don't murder any presidential widows, please. It'd be pretty fucked up if your husband dies and he's immediately in Street Fighter. That's the things you got to think about. That is the thing you got to think about. That is fucking true. The fucking day after like this terrible tragic death, you see like new DLC announcement. That's funny. That's very funny. Well, anyway, it seems like enough presidents are public domain that you could make this game and then DLC patch the other ones as they become available. It's not crazy. Presidential fighter with fucking custom ultimates. Make it happen. Free money. I had one more thing I wanted to watch. Wait, one more thing I want to watch. We were cooking for a second. We watched the LeBron James thing. We watched the JD Vance couch stuff. Crazy. Did you miss the Vance stuff? Yeah, you did. There's not much more to say. It's just funny. It's just really funny. New John Oliver. We have Get Smarter Saturday tomorrow. I'm kind of saving the really good stuff for that. I'm kind of doing Olympic things. Play Fall Guys? What? There's still people asking for people to play Fall Guys in 2024? Does Connor still play Fall Guys? Who still plays Fall Guys? Feels like it's been fucking long dead. Did you see the Australian speed skater who won because everyone else fell? Australian speed skater wins, everyone else falls. This is in 2002. Yeah. It's very funny. That's very funny. League of Legends Olympic teams. What is this? 2025 Esport Olympics. Oh my God, they're really doing it. Excuse me? Excuse me? Chovy / Faker? What the fuck are you talking about? Chovy / Faker? First of all, at minimum, it's Faker / Chovy. At minimum. Just at very minimum, it's Faker / Chovy. But no, you don't need an alternate for the GOAT, bro. You don't need a fucking alternate for the GOAT. That's crazy. What's America's team? Oh, God. We're not meddling, boys. We're not meddling in this one. Damn, Korea and China's teams are so much better. They're just so much better. Maybe the Denmark team is third. If I had to pick. Man, this is going to be like one of the most gapped events ever. None of these teams are close. Korea and China are so far ahead. It's 92 Dream Team. So they're gonna get actual gold medals for this or what? I didn't really keep up with the Olympic esport announcement. Is it like a separate event? What's the esport gold medals? I googled esport gold medals and I got this. Wait. It's an Amazon listing to buy this for $14. And I absolutely am going to buy it and wear it on stream. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a steal. I want people to know. I'm going to buy that immediately. Oh, I'm sorry. It's $24.99. Wait. It's worth it? If you buy in bulk, you actually get a discount? I can buy 10 for $64? New merch. Okay, great. Awesome. Interesting. Fun. Here's the thing, chat. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 600 trillion. If you guys guess it, I keep going. Otherwise, I think I might have to end early today. Might be a very short little yap stream. I only maybe we watch a movie. I have to see what Ari's up to. I just have a lot of stuff to do, bro. Today was so busy. And I'm trying to catch up so I can get back on track. Oh, I'm doing Elden Ring. Wait, I planned next week. So we had these meetings today. I had an editor's meeting as one of them. And we planned some things for next week. I want you guys to hold me to it. Here's the plan. Let me say the plan. All right, Monday. Wins and fails plus Olympic ad review. Definitely. That's a guarantee. That's a lock. Tuesday. Elden Ring, baby. The return of Elden Ring. Elden Ring Tuesday. Locked in. Go out even early and play some big Elden Ring, okay? Wednesday. Did
you say Elden Ring?
I did. Why do you always have a different, when I say a different game, you have something?
What? It's Flintstones for sure.
Wait, that came out really good, babe.
Well, I'm not done yet, but there's coming.
Are you going to have the head? Are you doing
Cat's making the head.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you're going to wear it too, you know.
Am I?
This is the Dragon Con one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're doing
cool.
3.
Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
What's happening? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Yeah, okay.
You just died.
I am dead.
In the library.
All right, that's awesome, babe.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a call soon.
Show them your guns. Wait, show them your ice guns.
Okay.
That does look sick. Her cosplay has been getting incredible. Her whole workshop. She made these 3D printed ice guns today. Let me see.
You ask if I ever run out of ammo? Never! Pew, 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 pew. Wait, okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's the file I found online now.
You're making another one, right?
I'm printing one right now, yeah. For duel.
What were the Europeans saying about us in basketball, huh? What were you saying? Welcome. Come to our hood and say it.
Isn't Spain like getting pretty good? Wait, what are you talking about?
No, they're all pretty good.
I don't
That's
trust
the
this
problem.
in your hand.
I don't want to break it, that's for sure.
Like, let's load it up.
Are you making actual little bullets or what?
I was thinking about it.
But you can't. It doesn't do anything, right?
Correct.
So,
Obviously not. It doesn't
why
fire
would
a bullet. Oh, I don't know, to have like the action of putting them in. Like, doesn't anything really want to do?
That'd be cool. Anyway, I might be ending here, babe. I was just gonna do a short little stream, so
all right.
Maybe I'll come see what you're doing.
What you think about it?
Yeah, chat. I think I might actually be ending. I'm sorry. I'm not a big stream today. Do I want to watch a movie? That's the only thing. Is I could watch X2, but it's already 10 o'clock. No, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I know it's gonna be bad, but I honestly believe I can. Oh, the things. So Wednesday we're doing. Wednesday of next week we're doing clip farming, news reacts, question and answer. Oh, I'm working with Otto. Wait. I'm working with Otto. I've talked to Otto about this, and he seemed excited about it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm working with Otto to make something where you can ask a question in an answer bag on YouTube. So if you're watching a clip, you're just a clip viewer, you guys don't care because you're live viewers, but clip viewers can ask a question, and it goes to an answer bag. And then once a week for the clips, I'm going to have YouTube questions that we answer, not just... So that'll be cool. Instead of just chat questions, which will be cool. I think that's fucking sick. Thursday? Oh, Thursday. That's what I was doing. So Thursday of next week, speaking of jobs, we're bringing back interviewing chatters about their weird jobs. If you have an interesting job that you want to talk about, Thursday of next week, I'm just going to go live, pull people up, talk to them about their lives and their jobs. Okay? It'll be fun. We'll learn about some interesting jobs. If you have an extremely unique job, send me a DM, I guess, on Twitter and let me know, and then I can probably save some space for you. But otherwise, it's going to be random. Friday is Reddit recap. I'll do a Reddit recap tomorrow, too. I'll take a look during Get Smarter Saturdays. But I got shit to finish, dude. I got shit to finish. I need to finish stuff, and it's bothering me, and it's weighing on my mind. And it's fucking with my sleep. I got to catch up on some things that I have been putting off. And then Saturday, Get Smarter Saturdays. So that's next week. It should be fucking fire. I'm trying to see if anyone wants to collab on Friday. It's such a fun time with Squeaks. Maybe Connor wants to do something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll find out. Maybe Joe Biden wants to do something. He's free now. Oh, what if we did an ice cream tasting stream with Joe Biden? That'd be fun. Or a couch fucking stream with JD Vance. Two good options. We'll figure it out, folks. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the short stream, but I am glad I went live and didn't just skip it. And I'm glad to be getting my stuff done. Talk to you soon. See you tomorrow for Get Smarter Saturdays. Bring your videos. And if you have anything for the Reddit, put it in too. We'll do Reddit recap tomorrow as well. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks for the subs. Appreciate it. Robert Stacks, thank you for the 10 gifted. Sorry I missed it. Dragout, thank you for the 18 months. Honor Pirate, thank you for the 31. Jay Good, thank you all for the long-time support. I do sincerely appreciate it. And I am excited to deliver a whole robust roundhouse kick of content over the next coming weeks and months. Yeah. Bye. Bye.